Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Lately, I've been drinking my coffee black and I've really been enjoying it. Today, I wanted to jump back into the topic of self-acceptance. We think that authenticity is something that just comes natural. I know for me, it hasn't. It actually takes work for me to be authentic. It takes work for me to be myself and to show up as myself every single day in every situation of my life. And that comes from a lack of self-acceptance in some type of way. So let's get into the power of authenticity. People or society as a whole is kind of going through like a collective shift, and let's not make it like a wooey thing. Like, let's just I like wooey language. Woo-woo language resonates with me. Okay, woo-woo language makes sense to me. If me and my friends are having a conversation, we be talking about energy, frequency, God, we be talking like we use woo-woo language. So pardon me if I use woo-woo language and it kind of like throws you off. Sometimes the woo-woo language is really just like a way to explain things. What it is, it's just like our mindset and our understanding of life is shifting, and we're doing it on a collective level wherein we are all kind of going through this shift, right? We are all kind of working on the inner work and focusing on focusing on healing inwardly rather than how we are presenting ourselves on the outward, right? We're focusing on the things that actually matter, the things that are actually going to change our everyday life. And so I think that's a beautiful thing to see, because what it really means is that like we're all kind of making this shift towards authenticity. What does life look like when society shuts down? And I think that forced a lot of us to go inwards and say, hey, there's a lot that's going on here, and there's a lot that's going on here that maybe I'm not so proud of, maybe I'm not so happy about. What can I do to make a shift with what's going on here and what's going on here? And I think it's a beautiful thing, because I love everything that's going on here and everything that's going on here. What does it mean to be authentic, and why is authenticity so powerful? There is power in being ourselves. That is first and foremost. When we are ourselves, there is power within that. And I think a lot of us struggle with this idea because we don't necessarily believe that we were created to be great. We were created with purpose. We were created with uniqueness, a special something that probably no one else has. We all have our special gifts. And if we understand that, and we believe in our hearts that we were really and genuinely created by our Creator, by God, to serve this world in a way that is unique from everyone else, we will then understand that there is so much power in being ourselves. There's so much power in accepting our differences, right? I think a lot of times we, whether consciously or unconsciously, try and fit into the mold, right? Fit into the mold of what is popular, what is cool, what is accepted, what is not going to bring me the most attention, because I kind of just want to slide by. And what happens when we do that is we lose ourselves. We lose who we are and our essence, right? Our essence is who God created us to be. It's our truest form. And when we lose that, we lose our power, as simply as every human being on this planet has a purpose, and that purpose is powerful. Shying away from being ourselves is really something that I've done for many years, and that I've realized is not like, it's not gonna get me anywhere. You know, like me trying to hide myself is actually doing a disservice to myself and to God. Like, He created me specific, like every hair on my head He put. He didn't create me without a purpose. He didn't just and say, whatever, go live. No, he created me with a purpose. And it's up to me to be myself so that I can obtain that purpose at its fullest. And when I obtain that purpose, I in return am fulfilled. And the world is fulfilled as well because I'm sharing myself in the way that I was supposed to be shared for the world. So, another thing that's super powerful about authenticity is that it frees us from the expectations of being. Life is a delicate balance, and I always refer back to nature. Like, if we look at anything on this planet, any living being on this planet, not even nature, we can go inwards and look at the human body system. When we look at the cardiovascular system or the respiratory system, there are chemicals and there are mechanisms that are working within us that are so intricate but so delicately balanced so that we maintain our health and we maintain our life, right? And the same thing goes with every aspect of life, which is so amazing and really cool because it's like life in itself is balanced. Life in itself, whether it's molecular or micro or macro, it is all about a delicate balance. And so when we're on this journey to free ourselves and our way of thinking in order to show up for the world in the way that we were supposed to, we have to understand that there is a balance to that. We can't completely lose ourselves in freedom, in the idea of freedom, right? Because it's so enticing. Freedom is very enticing, but we have to understand that there are limits to it, right? So our responsibility to maintain that balance. And it might take a bit of time to get the footing on it, right? Like balance, like you think of like a teeter-totter, you're not going to get balanced right when you hop on the teeter-totter. Like, you need to get your footing, and so sometimes you might stumble and you might fall, but at the end of the day that balance will be achieved, and it'll be achieved in the way that you get there. There's no set path in how you get that balance. It's literally what it takes is literally getting on that teeter-totter and putting your 2 feet, bending those 2 knees and searching for that balance, right? Like shifting left, right to obtain that balance, and eventually you will get it. I want to share with you guys a quote that kind of relates in a way to this topic. This quote is from the Bible, and it's really been something that has been standing out to me and resonating with me for the past couple months. Okay, so this here is my little whiteboard that I got from my room because I like having things that I can like write on, and a whiteboard can be erased and it can be shifted and turned whenever I want to, just with an eraser. So I like having whiteboards. They're cool. Anyways, the scripture that I wanted to talk about was from Mark 4:24-25, and it says, "With the measure you use it will be measured to you, and even more. Whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." And what that scripture really means to me is like, with the measure you use it will be measured to you. We all have gifts and talents, some that are innate to us and some that we need to curate, but we all have a special something, right? Maybe it's your work ethic and your ability to design, or your special knack for fashion, or your special knack for sketching and drawing. Whatever it is, like, we all have skills, we all have gifts that we've been given from the Creator. And with this scripture, it says, with the measure you use it will be measured to you, and even more. And I think that just reminds me that I was given talents and skills, and although I may not understand what they are fully, they were given to me, and it's my responsibility to use them. And the second verse, or the second line there, is like kind of like a motivation, because it says it will be measured to you and even more. So it's like, when you use the gifts that were given to you, it will also be returned to you, right? And even more. Right? Because if you think about the kingdom of heaven and God as a whole, right? He created us with gifts. He created us to bring something to this world, and when we use that special something, it will fulfill us more than we will ever be fulfilled with anything else. So that's just something that has been motivating me, and giving me like the push to really maintain my focus and say that maintain my focus and really like move forward in the direction that I know I'm supposed to move in, which is more authentic, more me, right? That is just it. I don't know, every time I read scripture I just fall in love with it more and more because of the truth that it reveals, right? Verse 25 says, whoever has will be given more, whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. So whoever has, even more will be given to them, right? And I think that also speaks, if we kind of look in between the line, that also speaks to, what you do with what you have, right? Things about generosity, like when you have lots and you're generous, more will be given. And although we're not doing it so that more can be given, it's a great standard to have. I'm gonna end off the video because it's getting kind of long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video about self-acceptance and authenticity. You guys can go over to my Instagram, where I kind of do share a lot about like my journey, and or not my journey, but like my life, and I tend to share a lot in my captions. I just write a lot, like my pictures are like this and my captions are like this. So if you want to connect further or like just see what's going on over there, you can head over to my Instagram. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys are all finding these videos kind of useful. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace and love to you. Bye.